All right, guys, we are coming to you now. This is live, so obviously you can see the scores of this game. I'm not going to get into the full recap of this game or why we're taking it, but we're on fire today, as usual. Right now, we've got in play, we just hit this morning the White Sox and the under in that game. We now have Baltimore that just came in on the money line, plus 1.5 runs, and the under. And that was one of the bigger plays we got some of our clients. Just a quick synopsis behind that one. The reason we took Baltimore and plus the money and the money and the under is, if you knew, Houston had played a 14-inning game right back here on the 6th in Seattle. Where's it at? Sorry about that, guys. Taking 1 second here. I don't know why I don't see it. There it is. And they won that game in 14 innings. The problem is this was a day game, and they were supposed to fly home to Houston for the first game of the matchup against Baltimore the next day. Well, they didn't get in because this game carried over and they couldn't get flights out. They didn't get in until 2 a.m. Now, they got in 2 a.m., and we had a play on Baltimore plus the 1.5 last night. They cashed. Now, this game was a whole other story because they went extra innings again, as you can see last night. And then they had to go and get up early this morning and play. So these guys were exhausted. They played their hearts out up until the end, and they ended up losing today 4-1. Where's that? 4-1. And a majority of these innings, as you can see, came in the 8th and the 9th inning, but the bats weren't there. And that's why we knew we were going to take the under, is because there wasn't going to be a whole lot of offense. Baltimore isn't an offensive juggernaut by any stretch of the imagination. Their guys don't put up a bunch of runs to start with. So you got that. All right, so let's get right into the next pick. We do have a small play on Boston right now in the second half of the doubleheader with Price on the mound. There was some decent value there. Not a big play, but our bigger play of the day, it's a little bit of a contrarian play, is the Colorado-New York Mets matchup. And without getting too in-depth, you've got John Gray versus Mats. We are taking Colorado plus the 1.5, and we are also taking them on the money line small. So bigger play on Colorado plus the 1.5. We got them as low as plus 1.5, minus 125, all the way up to 200. We've been betting that consistently throughout the day, and putting in some small parlays for our clients as well. But what you're going to be looking at tonight is at 7:15. Right now it's 6:49. This game has not started yet. You're going to be watching the Colorado Rockies take on the New York Mets. Now, one of the plays here, and a lot of people are thinking, well, there was a big brawl last night. The Colorado pitcher beaned one of the Mets. They hit it wasn't a pretty sight. They had a bench clearing brawl, so everybody thinks it's a Mets revenge game. I'm just going to tell you the one big thing that most people aren't paying attention to in this game is they don't look at the lineups, and they don't look and see that there's a huge batter, missing from the Mets lineup, who is their best player as far as offense against this particular pitcher, which he hits almost over 1,000, and that's he only had one at bat, but he hit him, and that is Robinson Cano. He is not playing today. He is a scratch. He's been a scratch. But if you also look over here, you're going to see that there's not many guys on the Mets that can hit this guy versus, look over here on the Colorado side. So, again, that's just one of the angles we use on this game. But that's the biggest one on this one. And, again, we're going to go Colorado. So enjoy the free play if you get it in. If not, just use this as a moving forward point to see if you want to participate with our service or not, and understand where we're coming from and why we play the games we play. We will have one more game later tonight in the 10 o'clocks, so stay tuned for that.